All right. Cheers. Hopefully, some of you get notifications. Okay. Big Dog, if you've seen it, I'm having a drink, a little cocktail this week. We got one person watching. We'll see if it's a robot or if they comment. Hopefully the audio's okay. Hopefully the video's okay. It's showing okay on my end. Three. There's 3 people. Hopefully we'll start to see people chatting. Hello, Joe. We will try this. You're new to my channel? Well, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. It's good to have you here. I'm still new at the live thing, so please forgive me. Hey, Micro Halloween, how are you? I'm wondering if notifications ever go out, so it's nice to see that some subscribers are coming when I'm live. Ah, it's Enigma. So it got quite a few people. It says there's only one watching, but there's 3 of you. You never can trust YouTube. How is everyone tonight? And can you hear me okay? Is the video all right? I'm not really tech savvy, but I'll try and attempt to do stuff. And sorry I'm late. I had a family emergency, so I couldn't start at 6. So I was hoping someone would be on. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing, Joe. Like, I always hear people complain about not getting notifications or, especially when I'm on other channels as well. So I never know if anyone's getting their notifications or if they work because, YouTube really makes things non-functional sometimes. Yeah, well, right now it says 2, but when you all were commenting, it said 0, and I'm like, well, that's bizarre. So clearly, they're I don't know if it's their end or my end, but who knows? Does anyone have any questions or? I'm hoping to try and make the lives a little more frequent. So I'm thinking of doing a little more if I can get the hang of it. So. Oh, Big Dog's on his way. Oh, a skin matching with alcohol palettes. Ask away. I do have a video coming up on, actually have some right here. I have more too. And do a whole video on alcohol palettes, but please ask your questions. That's what I'm here for. Joe, I cannot even begin to tell you. I know there's quite a few people on here that I'm subscribed to, like Cobwebs and Candlesticks and all these other people who make these amazing things for haunted houses and just, I mean, their own haunts. And they've been doing these like Halloween hauls or Halloween shopping. My stores just are getting Halloween stuff, and it's been really lacking. I have to say, and you know, a lot of them say it's because of COVID or whatever, but I don't know. So we're just getting all the things, whereas everyone's like, I'm like, gosh, everyone already has Halloween stuff out. So I'm actually going to be going this weekend to go and look at all the Halloween stuff. So Enigma, the best way to start with skin matching is if you, let's say you're doing a cut, okay, a little cut on your thing here. And if you're starting with, are you starting with gelatin, like a clear gelatin or wax? What medium are you using? Typically, if you add a little bit of red already to whatever skin tone you're doing, and then put the other colors, like it's hard to match a color tone. So for me, even though I'm extremely pasty white, when I put on gelatin, it almost matches my skin tone, but you can tell it's there. So if I take a little red, it almost instantly brings it to life. And then I will start to add tones to my skin. I have a skin tone palette, and I'm thinking rice paper or whatever, and I'll start to splotch that on with a little bit of yellow. So the best thing is to turn your hand over, or the person's hand over, and look at all the different colors in the person's skin tone. You'll see you don't have one skin tone. You'll have some reds. Veins are blue. You know, if it's blue-green, they're typically a neutral color. So those are things to really kind of take into consideration when you're matching skin tones. It's very hard to learn. It's something you really have to practice. Encapsulated silicone. So are you pigmenting the silicone to begin with? Like, are you doing like a base of a skin tone color? Because if so, you just need to add in whether you're adding flocking to that silicone or just doing the makeup on the outside. If it is a skin tone color, then you want to add more reds back into and more blues back into the skin tone. Hey, big dog. No flocking, just the pigment. So yeah, I would just start with, since you're starting with a little bit of pigment into the silicone already, I would add a little bit of red tone, not a whole lot, and just splotch it. Don't make it one color. And then really look at the colors in the back of the hand, because you'll see the most marbling on the back of, you know, someone's hand. And you'll see some yellow spots, some red spots, and try and match that. And that's the best exercise I can give you, is take a look at the back of your hand or the person's hand and really try and match those reds and yellows or whatever they have in their skin tone and add those in. What adhesive is best for applying hair to rubber latex? You tried spirit gum, but it isn't, but it's just too messy for me. Okay, so any adhesive is going to be messy. Spirit gum is extra messy because it's extra liquidy. And I would say that Spirit gum is the best for laying hair, especially onto latex. However, you can use what I use for everything, and it's just because it's a pro industry and I always have it, is Pros-Aide. And it is a really good adhesive for multiple of things. It's more expensive than Spirit gum. But all adhesives, whether you're working with silicone, whether you are working with latex or hair, they get on everything, and they really are sticky, and you need a remover for all of them, unfortunately. I'm glad that could help, Enigma. Try that. Definitely look at the back of, because that's where you definitely find the most marbling of colors in somebody. And it takes a long time to be able to look at somebody and go, oh, that's the type of skin tone they are. This is the undertone that they are, which is, the cool tone, the warm tone, the neutral. That's the undertone. And it really does take a lot of practice. It took me a couple years to be able to really match well. But try and work, and the more people you work on, not just yourself, you'll find the better you get at it. So if you can find some victims to work on, it would be great. By the way, cheers, big dog. Oh, you're not late. I'm late. I'm late to the whole live because of I had a family emergency, so I didn't start right at 6 o'clock. Let's see if we can get this back here. If I can get back up here, I'm falling, and my leg is going numb. All right, there we go. It's the hardest part to learn or execute in special effects. Oh my gosh. I think the hardest thing for most people is to learn how to do subtle wounds. I think that's so underrated, because you'll see, this is my biggest pet peeve when people do special effects and start out. They're like, well, if I screwed up, I can just plaster blood all over it. And that's a dead giveaway. So I'd say learning subtlety to do wounds, even if it's a basic cut. A lot of people just want to go to the blood and gore and stuff like that, but it's very hard to get things to look realistic if you don't have a reference or haven't looked up any references at all. And you get desensitized to like looking at wounds. Probably the hardest thing when I did the one zombie film, the first one that I did, I had to research crocodile drug addicts. And this stuff is worse than meth, and it literally eats your body from the inside out. So you'll have these patients who have these open wounds, and you literally can see their bones and insides, and they still do the drugs. And those were the wounds that I was supposed to kind of emulate. And so that's hard, is trying to just get things realistic. But I think everyone has a problem doing subtlety, anything subtle. Having dinner and what? Oh, what are you having? I got toast here on the side. I haven't even gotten to dinner, but I'm, I figured I'd come on here first and see everybody. So. Oh, you know what I'm talking about, Enigma. It's crazy. I just can't even, it just breaks my heart that these people are just, and that's the one thing that I looked at reference photos. I'm like, oh my God, I can't. And at the end you're going, okay, yep. Mm-hmm. You just really get desensitized when you're doing a lot of research for stuff like that. Joe, yes, actually there is a brand called Watermelon. And actually, I can put links in here, right? But it's called watermelon, and it's an alternative to latex. And it's not really talked about as much, but it is by Davey Theatrical. And he actually just recently made it where you can actually, it used to be only to special effects makeup artists, and now he actually sells to the public. You can actually buy his stuff on Etsy, and it's really not that expensive. He even makes pre-made appliances that you can buy as well that are made out of the same latex-free stuff. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Whoops. Ah, here it is. Here he is. Watermelon. Here's his Etsy page where you can buy it. I will post the link. Gelatin also. I mean, there's several things you can do with gelatin that you can do with latex, but then there are also some things you can't do. So those are the two options I'd give you, is watermelon and gelatin. Ooh, mac and cheese. I'm all for that, big dog. That sounds really good. No problem, Joe. Yeah, he even has, they're dated, but he has some videos on YouTube showing how to use watermelon, and he'll also show how to apply all of his different appliances. So definitely check that out. And I always I have a video all on like latex, and it mentions the alternatives and stuff like that. Let's see if I can find his. There we go. There. And there is his YouTube page with all of his stuff showing how to use the watermelon as well as his appliances. So check it out. I hope it helps you out. Is there an easier workaround method to a bald cap? No. They're a pain in the butt. I've been lazy with, and because you can do this, really. Sorry, guys. You know my videos. I never get phone calls. Oh. Ooh. Hang on one second. My grandpa was taking the emergency room today. Oh. Let me see if I can get to the phone. Hello. Okay. How's it going? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Yes. Okay. Good, yes, and spoil him. Okay, thank you so much. I love you guys too. Bye. All right. All right. So, thank you guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, my grandpa took a fall today, and he's on blood thinners, so not a good thing. He's okay though, so thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I can. The phone will never ring, but if I ever start a live or video, that thing will just ring all the time. So, anyway, take a drink. This was good. Good day. So, where was I? Oh, Enigma. Easier for a bald cap. No, I've been. Unfortunately, it's just a pain in the butt to put on a bald cap. But and if I'm lazy, because you can do this, and you're not gonna get the same exact effect, but you can put gelatin over your hair. If you grease your hair down and put gelatin and smooth it down like this, you will kind of get the same effect. And it comes out with a hot shower. So it just depends on what you're looking for. Story time. Story time. What do you want? A story time. You tell a story or me. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. Yeah, my grandpa's, I love him to death. He's, means the world to me. So story time canceled. Oh, you guys are gonna tell a story time anyway. I'm all for it. I got my drink. Yeah, I don't have a Shannon to tell a story time or anything like that, so I apologize. I will say, okay, I'll give you a story time about me. I almost got arrested on set for having a dead body. So there's that. You were on the phone. I know. I apologize. I wouldn't have gotten up and got it had it not been my grandma. So thank you for the understanding. So Big Dog's having macaroni and cheese. I'm having my cocktail. And then I'll have to figure out some dinner after this. But did anyone have any questions too for the bruising video? There we go. All right. Good stuff. The bruising video, the previous video to this. I hope I answered everyone's questions. I will be having a video here coming up soon too. I know you guys probably saw my Halloween's Not Canceled video and how I'm still going to be doing the zombie run. So I have a bunch of, well, I have two of them, foam latex appliances I'll be painting live here as well. So I will have those coming up here soon. And that will be a longer video, so I'll probably make that one a live instead of editing it. And you say yes, big dog. Yeah, it's scary. Both my uncle and my grandpa are on blood thinners, so we have to really watch them. So Joe, it can. If you apply, and I say this because cosplayers or people that will do these for long periods of time, if you do the same spot in the same shape in the same spot, then yeah, you can essentially damage the skin. I will say this, any special effects is all chemicals. And it's one reason why I'm kind of geeky with the whole safety first thing, because a lot of people just jump into things and don't ask questions like that. But if you're using it once or twice, it's not going to hurt you. Only if you reapply in the same spot, the same shape for days, then yes, it can damage your skin. Also, always another thing is people don't use removers for latex; they peel it off, or they have spirit gum. It needs a remover for a reason. Anything in special effects needs a remover, and rigid collodion is one of them too. So always use removers, and that's why. If you use a remover, you're safely removing it off your skin. Then it's not an issue. So those two things is don't put it in the same spot and use a remover. And you can use, if you have a spirit gum remover, that will remove rigid collodion. So if you get a big bottle of that, you're good. Mm-hmm. So I would not put rigid collodion in the same spot, the same shape for, I wouldn't do it for a whole haunt season, let alone a week. I really would give the skin a break. I know some people can do it for longer and not have an issue, but again, everyone has different skin. So, I've seen people who have done it for months and has a indent where it was. And I don't know if I haven't had to deal with that because I don't do that, but I don't know if your skin goes back to normal after that. Or, if it doesn't. So I'm not willing to take that chance of damaging the skin like that. So I would definitely give your skin a break in between. My drink's almost gone. Might have to make another one. I think appliance, is more safe if you're going to do it for longer periods of time. I would not put rigid collodion on the same spot for weeks, let alone months. I would just use a scar appliance. And plus it will be more accurate too. So if you're doing it for a film, you definitely be doing it for appliance. Just for continuity or reasons too. And it would be cheaper. Rigid collodion isn't cheap. I will say that, as far as like you look at I don't know why, but the companies that are sold here in the States I remember when you used to be able to get a decent sized bottle, and now they have they've made the bottles really small, and it's like $9 for a really small bottle. Whereas Krylon, who is a German company, and they're imported to the States. So their bottles are a really good size, but then again, they're more expensive. But I remember when you used to be able to get those and not have an issue. So it's cheaper to do an appliance, especially gelatin, because it's a lot cheaper to do it that way. Joe, also it depends on where you're going to put the scar. I would never, ever, ever. I just saw was a younger kid, and he's putting alcohol on around his eye, and he's taking rigid collodion and putting. Don't do that. That is not good for your eye. You will damage something at some point. But he's taking rigid collodion and putting it like right near his tear duct area, and it's not good. Yeah, it's not good to do it every night at all. I've put it on at, I volunteer at a haunt during, the haunt season. And, I've done it quite a few times as a dead body in one of the haunts, and have some really cool scars on a body that's laying there. But I would not do it every night, and I wouldn't do it in the same spot. So, that's all up to the actor and the makeup artist, especially for something like that for the Knott's Scary Farm. Yeah, I tell you what, Ben Nye is a really good brand, Big Dog, and that's when I was sponsored at the costume shop. Fortunately, they're no longer open, but they would sponsor me and do special effects classes. Well, and I was a theater brat and started out with this stuff. So I have a bunch of the color wheels. The stacks are really good too. But their products, they're very pigmented and they last. I had a lady ask me, and I'm going to be doing a video on this coming up, leading up to Zombie Run, but she asked me, how do you get your makeup to stay on when you're running? Like, you're sweating and you're gross, afterwards. She's like, how do you get that to stay on and not come off? And I go, well, it's, part of the prep, but it's using good makeup too. And this stuff is made for staying on under hot lights. So this is good stuff. I do really do like the Ben Nye. Hey, Paul. Did you see the guy in the window looking? This is not, Joe. This is a cream wheel. So this is just cream makeup. And it is by, oops, I just got my nail. By Ben Nye. There we go. And this is the Master Bruise wheel. And it's probably backwards. But this is the one I recommend that everyone start off with. This has all the colors to make any special effects, burn, cut, festering wound. This is the one to have. I also have, these are, that's a note to myself to order more. These are the alcohol palettes, and I have a couple more, but I use these as well. These are expensive, but they're well worth it. So I have both, and I use both. You're probably going to hear a dog howl in a minute. I apologize. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Okay, good, because she's howling. Yeah, I really like the alcohol activated palettes. And I don't recommend people start off with those just because of the fact that it's a learning curve. I tell people to go and get watercolors first and learn how to use watercolors because watercolors are a lot cheaper. These are around like 80, 85 bucks, something like that per palette. And these are the cheaper palettes. What's the other brand? Bluebird, which is another industry standard. They're from the UK. Those are like 110 per palette, like this size. And then Real Creations, which is like this one. They're 110 depending on what palette you get. So we heard the dog. Yeah. She sees animals out there and wants to be their friend. Let's put it that way. So yeah, it is a learning curve, Joe, to work with the alcohol palettes, but they are worth all the money in the world. They look realistic, but if you haven't ever used them, go get some watercolor paints. Not little kid ones, but a decent one, and work with those first because this is like watercolor. It's not meant to be very dark or pigmented as far as, I mean, they're pigmented, but it's not going to be one solid color. It's a bit translucent. So. But begin with those, Joe. Here's the thing. I have a whole series on this channel on back to basics. And it covers all the things that you should learn. If you want to be and work in special effects, you're going to have to know basic ones. I still have basic. This is basic cream makeup. I still use this in my kit, in my special effects kit. There are things I wouldn't recommend getting off the bat that people want to get, like the silicone, because it's just not something you're going to use all the time. This is something you'll use all the time. Learning how to make your own gelatin and work with it, that's another thing you're going to learn. That's something that's always in the special effects world. So start with the basics for sure. All right, guys, Paul happens to be deaf, so I'm going to just type this to him. And he asked, is it hard to remove the makeup? And I'm going to say cream makeup, no, you get into the shower. Alcohol, you can use a remover, but also people have used alcohol to remove it because it activates it. You can use baby oil too. It will take a little longer. Hey, Chad, how are you? Thanks. I figured I'd do a creepy little Halloween thing here. I just was able to put it up this morning. It still has wrinkles, but hopefully those will come out. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad. And I'm going to jet at 8 o'clock because I still haven't had dinner. So, and I'm starting to hope you guys can't hear my stomach. But I'm hoping to start doing lives more if you guys would like to see that. It was liquid dinner. It is right now, and it's hitting me. I made a new cocktail, by the way. Cynar Negroni. It's really good, very refreshing. So I'm probably gonna make myself another one. But food first. I got it on Amazon, actually. I was looking for a decent one because I was gonna have it got canceled, but I was gonna have this Edgar Allan Poe party and do carving pumpkins and all this stuff. And this was for that. I was gonna have a cool photo booth, and this was one of them. I'm like, hey, I could use that for my videos. I whatever. So I just decided to put it up and see how it looks. Doesn't look too bad. The wrinkles are bothering me, but I'm kind of scared to iron it because of the material. So hopefully they eventually come out. Iced tea? No. It's funny. Big Dog and I talk back and forth, and it's gone, unfortunately. Big Dog. I love bourbon and whiskey, and on the weekend I have a cocktail. I'm not a huge drinker, but I normally in my videos on a Friday will have a drink in my hand, and Big Dog always asks me what I'm drinking. It typically is a bourbon drink, but I do tea though. I like tea. But no, it's a fancy tea glass right there. I don't know. I'm not that, oh, what do people say now? Bougie. I'm not that fancy. So try steam to release the wrinkles. I'm going to try that, Chad. I agree, Joe. And it's been a week. It's been a long week. So you know what, Chad? I just called my liquor store and asked if they had it, and it's smoky, old smoky. Is it just called Old Smoky? Old Smoky. So OLE Smoky salted caramel whiskey, and it is amazing. It's very delicious. It is very sweet. I'm not, I love caramel. So to me, that is a really good thing. But I couldn't ever have like a lot of it just because it is sweeter. But definitely worth a try. It's good. I'm gonna try that, big dog. I'm gonna hang it up, take a shower, and see if the wrinkles come out for sure. That's a good tip. I figured I might as well get some use out of it since my party was canceled, and I'll use it for next year when I have the big party anyway. Yes, Old Smoky makes moonshine, and it's so good. We got 6 people. Hello, 6 people. Hope you're all doing well. Did you have a cocktail yet, big dog? Or was I alone? Oh, you've been to the distillery. I have not yet. So I've always, when I lived, you have to go to bed soon. Gotcha. Well, I will get off here at 8 o'clock because I'm gonna go find some dinner. Go make some dinner. And I don't know if Alan's gonna be on tonight or not, so we'll see. So is anyone doing any projects for Halloween? Or I know I'm working on a display for the house, so I got 2 skeletons sitting over there and a bunch of stuff going. Oh, that's right. That starts tonight, doesn't it? Probably not. I think you're. Well, should get to bed early too today because I'm gonna get up and go for a run in the morning. Oh, Chad, what do you sell? Like, is it your same name? I'd like to check you out on Etsy. Mm. Unsubscribe from that. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. That's awesome. Did you just start selling this year? Ooh, I like the werewolf one. Or the wolf man. Sorry, my bad. Joe, you're still waiting for Halloween guidelines for your small city. You might get lucky. I live in a small city, Joe, and we just got the okay, and I'm shocked that our haunt is still going to be going on. So I hope for you that's the case too. Nice. Congratulations. That's awesome, Chad. So I just wish I can't believe that this is all the Halloween stuff that's out anyway. We don't have a whole lot here. Ooh, I like that. That's awesome. I'm going to make it so that we have a bunch of kids in my sub now. So it's nice because I can decorate this year. They're going to cancel trick or treating. It's going to happen. So I want to do a really big display, and I'll put candy out if there's any kids. I let them take whatever they want anyway. But I am planning I'm working on my gravestones this weekend. I am working on my skeletons. I was hoping to set up somehow, if I can figure out how to put a projector outside and it not get damaged. I was hoping to do something like that. So I'm really stepping it up this year because I can. I am doing some lighting stuff, so it will be fun. But I love your storefront idea. That's awesome. Ooh, that'll be fun, Chad. A tote with a lid. Really? And it won't get hot? Like, I'm scared to punch holes in a tote because here in northern Michigan anyway, October is rain season. We get rain a lot in the fall. And that's my thing. I don't want to spend a lot of money on a projector and then it get wrecked and only be able to use it for one season. So any tips on putting a projector outside without it getting damaged? I will definitely listen to that. It won't get too hot. So you just put it in a bin and it doesn't get too hot. Because that's the one thing. That's the only reason why I haven't gotten one yet. I've been wanting to get one, and I will eventually. But I'm trying to work out how to put it outside and it not get damaged. And I got a bunch of like realistic looking LED candles that have a timer, so they turn on by themselves. And okay. Let's see. Oops. Use screen to keep rain out. Few holes and holes for camera. Okay. I'm going to try that. Because I'm really would like to do it. I have a nice area to do it in that otherwise would kind of be like bare. So it's good to know that it won't get damaged. Mm-hmm. Sweet. Well, guys, let's see here. I got a minute left, and then I am going to find something to eat. And I will ask if there's any requests. I will write them down. I always do. And I will eventually get to them. I know there were questions about the alcohol palettes. I will do a video on these. I'm waiting for my refills to come because I got to refill these. But I will have a video on how to use them, all the different brands and all that stuff. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Paul. right. Ooh. Thank you, big dog. I'm definitely going to be doing that. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm even doing my fog machine and putting it in a bin and doing that. That's what Ellen told me to do. I know. That's the hard part, right? Is trying to figure out how to get it all done. But well, guys, I'm gonna go grab some dinner. Thank you for coming to the live. Hope it wasn't disappointing. I'm sorry again, it wasn't on time. Yeah, food. If you want more of these, let me know and I'll continue to do them. Yeah, Alan told me to poke holes or it will overheat. So I will be doing that, but I might just pull a tiny tarp really taut so that it just stays up and it still gets ventilation. So oh, that's cool. Yeah. Oops. No problem, Joe. Anytime you have a question, please. I'm up to sharing, and I hope you get out and definitely check out the playlist basics. And I go over from the beginning. Start with beauty makeup, and it goes into special effects stuff. Even show some tutorials on how to make some really awesome wounds with latex. And I definitely suggest starting out and learning the basic things because if you're a special effects makeup artist, not everyone can afford a huge budget. So if you know those things, it's nicer to be able to help everybody out. Ooh, good thought too, Chad. Awesome tips. Thank you guys. You're helping me out because I'm new at this part. So I will. Thank you everyone for coming out and have a great weekend and get out and enjoy it. So, and I hope you all have fun with your projects and I hope to see pictures and stuff. So I definitely will be posting some of mine. Ooh. Learning more tips. Thanks, big dog. Okay, thank you guys. I'm gonna end the chat here. Again, if you have any requests, put them down below the video and I will get to them. I will eventually make a video for that. Joe, I hope you enjoy the rest of the stuff and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.